This is my 6-week update since the garden's been planted. Try to do these every 2 weeks just to give you an idea how things are growing here in Houston, Texas. It's December 21st, 2012. By the way, we're still here. The earth is still rotating and all seems well. Yesterday we had a very cold and very hard day. Winds up to 38 miles an hour. Temperatures down to 31 degrees. It was cold and windy. I can't imagine what the wind chill was. But anyway, let's see how these plants did. The beets look pretty cold and beat down. You can see the ice crystals on here. Hopefully they'll warm up today. You can see the wind was blowing over the butternut crunch lettuce. Still see the ice crystals on there. The broccoli here looks cold. It looks like it withstood the wind. You can see how much it moved this broccoli plant here. I noticed on Monday that all my small broccoli plants now have broccoli heads, and they're growing. Actually, that's quite fast because they were just noticeable on Monday and they're getting sizable now. You can see where the leaves have been kind of burned. The plants have been pushed over from the wind. This is south going this way. Even with this wind block, which really isn't helping that much, I think, you can tell these plants have taken a beating. Look at the cabbage over here. So using the Mittleider gardening method and having the canopy over your raised garden beds and putting the plastic down or some kind of a wind block like an Agribond will really make a difference in how well your plants make it through these tough weather times. We've got the broccoli and the cabbage protected over here. Let's see how they look. You can tell there's no frost on these. Now that I've got the cover off, everything is wet, which means we had some good moisture in here that will help protect the plants from freezing. And of course, with the plastic on them, we had warm temperatures in here and they were protected from the wind, which was a huge benefit. I'm just amazed how big these plants are growing, how fast they're growing. If you take a look at this cabbage here, this leaf, it's absolutely huge. And let's just compare that with these leaves over here in the plant that's been in the Back to Eden garden for twice the length. It's been in here for over 2 months now. You can see the size difference of the leaves, and it's just not comparable at all to the Mittleider plants that have been in here for 6 weeks now. Absolutely beautiful, big plants. If you want high yields and you want them quickly and healthy, large plants, I highly recommend you take a look at the Mittleider Gardening Course book. I'll have a link below this video where you just click on that and go to growfood.com/best deal and look for the Mittleider Gardening Course book or their DVD set, which has all 10 books and 9 documents. The yellow and the white onions that we have planted here are doing very well. Lots of green growth in them. The automatic watering system is working fabulously. I could not be happier with that. Makes my job very enjoyable. I can just come out and take a look at the plants, not have to worry about being out here watering them when they need them. Here we have the red onions that I planted at the same time as the other onions. They're all looking good. Lots of green growth here also. And down here on the strawberries, I'm very excited. We have a lot of strawberries on these plants, and the plants have recuperated from the transplant, and they're doing very, very well. Nice strawberries growing over here. Again, it's late December, and these plants are doing excellent. Brand new plants, first year. They're just doing very well, and the Mittleider weekly feed is giving them everything they need to be. Nice, perky plants, deep green growth, great production on fruit. Now that I finally got the spider mite problem controlled by spraying neem oil on these pak choi, they have really come back and are doing really well. Got the color back, the plants look healthy, they're nice and crisp, they're growing well. So between the spider mites and me just destroying their roots when I put them in there, they're looking pretty good. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these before, but this is a ladybug before it turns into a bug. I don't know why
we have so many ladybugs going on right now, but they must think it's spring. There's lots of ladybugs around. Hopefully you can see all the water on the plastic when I take this off. That's simply the plants perspiring, and that's how much water is evaporated from the soil and the plants when they're underneath plastic. It really does create a hothouse in here for them. As I remove the plastic, you can really feel the heat coming out from underneath there. So these broccolis are looking great. Even though these are against the east side of the house, they only get about 4 or 5 hours of light. We've got broccoli heads on here, and the plants are looking good. You notice as I do this video update that you'll see less and less plants in here. That's because we're eating them, enjoying the plants. And finally, the sugar snap peas are doing great. This one here has fallen down, but they have found their strings and they're going up there automatically. Here, I'll just push this up there and let it get to a string. Here's one that's fallen down nice and tall, but I'll just take this. Let me show you how we do this. Take it up, and then we, kind of hard to do with the camera, but we take the string and we wrap it around the plant, not the plant around the string. But since these are vertical climbers, it'll find it and it'll grow up that string. You may notice that I don't have the vertical strings here any longer. I took them down because I realized that the sugar snap peas that I was going to plant here on this side would still be in the ground when I want to put my tomato plants in the grow box in February. So this side will remain empty until February when I get my plants in. I'll start growing my plants 1st of January indoors and then bump them up until early February, mid-February, and then put them out here. By then I should have the plastic covering this, and it'll make a nice warm area for the tomatoes to grow. So this is my week 6 update on the garden. I'm very happy with everything. It's going well. Grateful that I have the plastic. I'll need that a few more times this winter, I'm sure, and later next week even, to keep them protected from the wind and the cold. This is LDS Prepper reminding you, if you are prepared, you shall not fear. I'd encourage you to look at the links below the video, check out the Mittleider Gardening Course book or DVD set, and of course you'll need to get the Mittleider micronutrient packs so you can start building up your fertilizer. Do it now before spring comes when you're very busy in your garden.